5D Abundance. Let me shout out to 5D Abundance. Thank you. Mentor, tons of appreciation and respect. Hey, 5D Abundance, let me thank you so much for always supporting Infinite Waters. Let's breathe. Whoa, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. That's good.
I'm so happy. The whole world is just beginning. We already won. It's about us all. So many beautiful deep divers here.
Raising the frequency.
Feels so good to be alive, baby. Yeah, I'm so happy. It's a choice. So happy to manifest whatever you want, to be whatever you want. It's a choice. Freedom is a must. We have to become the spoon.
Shout out to all of you deep divers in the house.
You wear your heart on your sleeve. Now find it hard to believe that you can be both blind and naive. Can't you see what we can be? I keep my thoughts, keep my wishes, keep my secrets inside. You never stop, never notice, never look me in the then I'm right there. Hey, it's gravity. You and me could be anything we wanna be. Just don't let it stay in the dreams. It has to be something bigger waiting to say. You'll take a chance on me, baby. Take a chance on me. I see.
Oh yes, peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Shout out to all of you beautiful deep divers. Shout out to everyone in the chat. All of you. Shout out to Nikki. Shout out to Pearl Marble. Shout out to Peter. Shout out to Sunset. Shout out to all of you in the house. I hope your day is going good. And like I always say, deep divers, it's good to be back live streaming. And look, it's a full moon. Super full moon right now. And let's talk about it because this is important. A lot is happening. The truth is out. We're going to talk about it. First and foremost, let me say a big thank you to everyone who has joined the Patreon page, patreon.com/RalphSmart, for all new exclusive content that's going to help you become your greatest version. And also the latest book, the best-selling book, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon. The book of 1111 Infinite Quotes and the Good Ass Prana shirts. Deep divers, I hope your day is going good. So once again, it is a super full moon. This is a very, very powerful day. You know, a supermoon is where the moon is closest to the earth. And that's the reason why the energies are intense right now on the planet. Can you feel the energy, deep divers? Let's breathe. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Sampa, man, shout out to you. So, a lot is happening. And, you know, you have to be aware of the power of the moon, on how the moon influences everything when we talk about our emotions, right? I told you, so much is happening right now on the planet, and a lot is happening in your own life, and this has got everything to do with the energies hitting the planet. There's solar flares, there's a full moon, supermoon, and, you know, the last video I put out was about Payne, right? And once again, condolences go out to his family. We're in a very testing time because what you're seeing right now is, you know, Jim Carrey said it best. I think everybody should get rich and famous and do everything they've ever dreamed of so they can see that it's not the answer, right? So they can see that it's not the answer. And you see so many people in our society are chasing fame, they're chasing money, they're chasing all of these things. This supermoon is here to tell us that the truth is out. You know, like I always say, that verse from the Bible, what good is it to gain all the riches in the world but lose your soul in the process? And right now, people are waking up. People are realizing, oh, okay, there's a changing of the guards right now, okay? You're seeing Diddy get indicted. All of these things. This is a symbolic time that there's a changing of the guards. It's over. It's over. And what you're seeing right now with the truth coming out is that even how we once looked at celebrities, it's over. It's coming to an end. You know, we once used to worship celebrities. I told you. You know, right now, you've got to remind yourself that celebrities haven't told you the truth. The supermoon is going to tell you the truth, deep divers. And the truth is that you are the real celebrity. That's what this whole supermoon is all about. Because what you're seeing right now is people waking up. People coming back to their true power. And when you come back to your true power, you become enlightened. You start to realize that actually you are the celebrity. Now, just talking about Liam Payne, once again, he was a former band member of One Direction. And I told you, so many celebrities, they go through this, right? They go through hard times. And it's not an accident that all of this is happening on this supermoon. I told you, someone put, they said, okay, Ralph, people mourn a celebrity. But what about the thousands of people in Gaza being killed every single day? And I said, that's a good point. But I also told them that people are drawn to celebrities because people grow up with celebrities. They listen to celebrities, right? So they have an emotional bond with celebrities. But the truth is, every life is precious. Every life is precious. A lot is happening on the planet right now on this supermoon. I really do hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope you're focusing on yourself, because the energies are getting intense. One thing I do want to say is that if you are someone who's dealing with mental health issues, if you are someone who is dealing with a lot right now, don't hold it all to yourself. One of the best things you can do is express yourself. You see, a lot of people don't know that, symbolically speaking, people went crazy on a supermoon. People went very crazy on a supermoon. There's a reason why they call the moon lunar. That's where we get the word lunatic from. Kakarot, shout out to you. You are talk about the levels of awareness, please. Shout out to you. You are appreciated. Well, there are levels. There are levels. There are many, many levels. And when we talk about levels, this is what the moon can help us come back to. The levels of consciousness, the levels of awareness, that actually everything that glitters is not gold. You see, I told you, Kanye West said, I sold my soul to the devil for a crappy deal. Well, at least it came with a few toys and a Happy Meal. You've got to remind yourself, we're living in a world where a lot of people are clout chasing. A lot of people want fame. They want success, and that's all good. But at what cost? And what we can really learn from everything that's happening right now is that you've always got to say, deep divers, your soul is not for sale. You've always got to say your soul is not for sale. Every single day, make sure you say your soul is not for sale, because so many people, their souls are trapped in the matrix. So many people sell their souls unknowingly because they get a good deal. Even talking of Liam Payne, I remember, and let me play you the story, the news story, because once again, it just shows you someone who has millions of pounds, nearly $100 million, $100 million, but it still doesn't matter what's going on. Let me repeat that. Someone who is worth nearly $100 million. And that's why I told you, pay attention to what Jim Carrey said. I think everybody should get rich and famous and do everything they've ever dreamed of so they can see that it's not the answer. Jim Carrey knows a lot because he's been in the industry a lot, right? So, it's really time to wake up. So, I'll play you the news story, and we've got a lot to talk about today, right? Once again, happy full moon, deep divers, because the moon loves you.
And we have some breaking news just into CNN. Liam Payne, one of the stars of the former boy band One Direction, has died at the age of 31. Let's get straight to CNN's Elizabeth Wagmeister. Elizabeth, this is shocking news. I'm sure his fans are devastated. Tell us more.
This is shocking news. We are just confirming with police in Buenos Aires that Liam Payne has died at the age of 31. Police say in a statement that he fell from the third floor in a hotel. I want to read you part of the statement that we have obtained from police in Argentina, Jake. They say in the afternoon that police personnel were directed to the hotel after a 911 call where they were informed about a, quote, aggressive man who could be under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Those are all the details that we have now. Obviously, this coming as a huge shock. This is not somebody who was sick or who there were any concerns that that fans were aware of. As you hear from the police statement and from these limited details that we have, this obviously sounds like a horror that he fell from the third floor in a hotel when they found him. As you said, Jake, millions of fans are going to be devastated about this news. Liam Payne was one of the members of One Direction, which was founded after the boy banders met on the reality show The X Factor, and went on to be one of the most successful boy bands of all time. Liam Payne, along with Harry Styles, is, of course, a name that everybody knows. And this band has been broken up for quite a few years, but his millions and millions of fans around the world have remained.
What had he been doing, Liam Payne, in the years since One Direction broke up?
He launched a solo career. Like many bands that end up going their separate ways, the individual members will have a solo career. And in fact, Jake, he just launched his most recent single earlier this year. A few weeks ago, he was also seen at a concert of one of the other former One Direction members supporting him at the show. So he has been around, he has continued to work as a musician since this band broke up. And as I said, millions and millions of fans around the world. It is hard to state how big of a deal One Direction was. And Liam Payne, 31 years old, this is just a life loss incredibly too soon, Jake.
Elizabeth Wagmeister, thank you so much for that tragic news.
Only 31. Only 31, and this is what's happening right now in these days and times. I told you. Things are heating up on the planet. It's getting hard out there for a lot of people because, you see, right now, we're in the age of truth. And that's why I told you the truth is coming out. When Cat Williams went on Shannon Sharp and said, we're in the age of truth, and he said it's up for everyone, Diddy, all of those people. So you think that's a coincidence that Diddy got indicted? This is the age of Aquarius. And what you're going to see right now is everything is getting revealed. That's what the moon does. And that's why I told you everything is coming together right now on this supermoon, right? And this is the biggest supermoon right now of the year. That's amazing. So we have to really realize what the moon is all about. The moon is all about shadow work. And that's why I said, make sure you're not holding in what you're going through, because now is a time when if you are, it's going to come out in a very bad way. Me, I got a big mouth. I'm always expressing how I feel, but there are a lot of people, women, men, even cats down the road, who suppress their emotions, right? And you have to remind yourself every single day. Kakarot, shout out to you. Let me say a thank you to Kakarot, who supports. Kakarot, thank you, Ralph. I hope you embody freedom. Well, I'm free all the time, baby. Right? That's why we're infinite waters. So you have to remind yourself the moon deals with shadow work. And I told you that's the reason why you have to pay very close attention to what's happening. Not just with celebrities, but also in your own life. And yes, take a look at the world right now. A lot of things are happening in Lebanon. A lot of things, crazy things are happening in the Congo. Even today, Hamas leader was killed. There's a lot happening between Israel Israel and Gaza. You may think this doesn't affect you, but it's going to affect you. So you have to remind yourself right now is a time where you want to make sure you're getting into alignment with yourself, because a lot of people are going through it, and you're going to start to see a lot of people break down. I told you, this is the year where people are going to break down. And once again, condolences go out to Liam Payne's family, but we have to do more to raise awareness of what's happening. Now, shout out to Stephen Bartlett, because he's someone as well who is doing a lot with his podcast, but he had Liam Payne on. And if you see someone, deep divers, who's crying for help, listen, because you see, I told you in 2017, I was making videos about Little Peep, and I was saying that it's a sad situation when fans think it's only entertainment. They don't realize a lot of these artists, they've been exploited, and they want a way out, but they can't, because everybody is looking at them like entertainers without feelings, right? So he went on that podcast and he said, "Hey, I need some help," but he didn't get the help.
Is there a moment where you look back and say that was the lowest moment for me? That was the pivotal moment.
I had a few of them. I was worried how far my rock bottom was going to be. Where's rock bottom for me? And you would never have seen it. I'm very good at hiding it. No one would have ever have seen it. But rock bottom, I mean, I don't even know if I hit it yet. You know what I mean? I feel like it's like one of those little graphs you see when it's like, oh, have we hit the you know,
like
the support, the market support? Yeah, are we there? At least it's support level. Oh my God. You know, it's the same thing. So it feels like I can either make that choice now and pick my last moment as my rock at the bottom, or I can make a new one and make a whole new low. That's my choice.
Right? So always be aware, listen to what people are saying, because I told you, the music industry collects souls. That's why I say, be careful you don't sell your soul, because a lot of people, they open that door, they go through that door, and it's very hard to get back, right? Let me say a shout out to Infinite Light Wizardry in the house. Hey! Infinite Light Wizardry. Good vibes to you, Ralph. You are appreciated. Hey, you are appreciated too, Infinite Light Wizardry. Shout out to you. So we're in a time right now. Hey, let me shout out to Caleb in the house. Sending gratitude. Your videos have helped me tremendously. That's what I'm here to do. That's what I'm here to do. Caleb, you're most definitely is that the cat? Is that a cat down the road? Okay, I like that. Shout out to you, right? So we're in a time right now where a lot of people are getting the reality check. Once again, a lot is happening right now, and a lot is going to happen in the next 3 days, because once again, this moon is full for the next 3 days. And once again, anytime the moon is out, the supermoon is out, emotions get going. That's why they call you a lunatic. Luna means the moon. You have to remind yourself the moon governs your emotions, and that's what people know. And that's the reason why anytime it's a full moon, this is the time when you really want to start connecting. You want to start going on a healing retreat, because you got to balance your energies. You got to align your chakras, because once again, a lot of people are really dealing with it. Look, right now, I want to show you something, deep divers, because you see, the truth is coming out. There's a trend of a lot of celebrities passing away. Someone put that in the comment section. They're like, how come, Ralph, people are passing away? So these celebrities are passing away so young. And what you come to find out is that, and someone put this in the comment section, you see, have you seen that film, Deep Divers, Requiem for a Dream? Have you seen that film? Put it in the chat. Have you seen that film, Requiem for a Dream, right? Anyway, in that film, there's a scene where the woman is kind of seeing herself when she was the star. T-Payne, right, said that one day the checks stopped coming in. What you don't realize is that when you're a celebrity in the Matrix, the money's going to stop. The deals are going to stop. One day, those celebrity friends ain't going to call you because you only get that 15 minutes of fame, 15 seconds of fame. Then it's on to the next one. So what happens with a lot of these celebrities is that they go through this breakdown because they realize that the whole industry is fake, right? You got no friends in the industry. Even Diddy's in jail. Jay-Z ain't calling, hey, what's up, Diddy? Nah, you're by yourself. So you got to remind yourself that a lot of these celebrities get a wake-up call that, hey, I want out of the contract. There's a reason why Joss Stone paid to get out of a contract. There's a reason why a lot of celebrities even told you. Prince said, hey, I'm a slave. He wrote slave on his cheek because he said, hey, the music industry, what it does is that it offers you a deal. But what it doesn't tell you is that there's a fine print, there's a small print. The deal, the record deal, when they say an artist gets $10 million, that means he's taking a loan for $10 million. He has to pay the record company back $10 million plus interest. That's the reason why a lot of these artists, you think they're wealthy, they're broke, because they're not telling you that the music industry is not what it used to be. Snoop Dogg said, hey, he hardly makes anything from streaming because everything has gone digital. And a lot of artists being exploited from a young age. Once again, this is Simon Cowell with One Direction. And you see, when you're in the music industry, no one cares about your mental health. It's a business. Dr. Dre said it's a music business. It's music business. It's a business. And when you are on your own journey, you have to protect your mental health because people around you don't care. Nobody cares. If you don't care, if you don't take the steps, if you don't have the right people around you, because I told you, when you're worth $100 million, $100 million, you need better people around you. You need a counselor. You need a therapist. You need all of these things. But in the industry, they don't care. They don't tell you about that. They don't say, hey, protect your mental health, because it's just business. And you see, when you're a child star, like, how they found One Direction, even Michael Jackson was a child star. But you see, one day it becomes boring. One day you realize that actually you're not fulfilled. That's why I told you, listen to what Jim Carrey said. I think everybody should get rich and famous and do everything they've ever dreamed of so they can see that it's not the answer. We've got to remind ourselves that what is true wealth, it's always your peace of mind. And that's the reason why the people who are elevating right now on the planet are the people who are prioritizing their mental health, heading into nature. This is what's going to help you win. This is what's going to help you become your greatest version. Every single day, ask yourself, am I taking time to connect with myself? I told you, the internet is a trap. Use it, get information, but don't stay there. Get your ass into the heart of nature. Take a walk, because that's how you're going to find yourself. If you don't know yourself, it's going to be ugly for you. So now the good news is a lot of people are waking up. They want to tap into their emotions. Once again, it's a full moon, super full moon right now. The energies are high, and the moon deals with the emotions. Every single day, if you don't master your emotions, they're going to master you. Now, there are so many people because the truth is coming out, and we got to talk about this. Who is this guy here? Can someone put his name in the chat? Right? Because this human being was really a genius. And a lot of people don't know because he was hot for a second, then he just disappeared. But it's what goes on in the industry. This is Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD, was very hot, I think 2018. But he passed away with a drug overdose at an airport. But Juice WRLD was so talented, he freestyled for 1 hour. I've never ever seen someone do that. Freestyled for 1 hour, and he made sense, and it was amazing. Even Eminem was like, oh my gosh, he's the future. But you see, he didn't get the help he needed either. And you have a trend of a lot of young artists who are being exploited by the industry, right? There's a trend. It's not happening by accident. It's happening for a reason, because you got to remind yourself that not everything that glitters is gold. You got a choice to make, deep divers, on this super full moon, because someone is going to offer you a deal. It doesn't matter where you are, who you are, where you live. You're going to get an invitation, and they're going to say, hey, I can change your life. I can make you wealthy. I can do this. And you might even take a shortcut. There are so many people selling their souls every single second. You don't want to do the work. You want the shortcut. That's what we call selling our soul. But you see, sooner or later, it's going to catch up on you. If you don't take care of the inner you, the outer you is going to control you. Slow motion this side. Say it again, Ralph. If you don't take care of the inner you, the outer you is going to control you. One more time. If you don't take care of the inner you, the outer you is going to control you. So Juice WRLD was super talented, but once again, he had the wrong people around him. The truth is coming out. You see, you want to make sure every single day you've got the right people around you, because if you don't, terrible things are going to happen. Super full moon. Supermoon surprise, deep divers. The truth is out. That we're really powerful. Really, really powerful. You see, I told you there's a whole energy switch. Timelines are changing right now. We're going back to the future, deep divers. So, what's happened, because I started in the early wave of YouTube, what happened was I realized that, okay, the world is going to be changed forever, because what's happening is that the person next door, your next door neighbor, is becoming more popular than Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman, Ben Affleck, all of these people. So what's happened is that now anybody can share their story with the world. That's an impressive thing. That's an amazing thing. But you see, that only means that the power that celebrities once had is not the same as it used to be. And that only means things are collapsing. The matrix, the programs are collapsing. A lot of celebrities were created to keep the illusion going. Now people they're exposing the illusion. You got light workers out here, right? On all different platforms, on TikTok, and they're revealing certain truths, and it's amazing. And now people are looking at celebrities that actually, maybe the celebrities need help, right? Because you see, you think their life is perfect, when in actuality, they're screaming for help. So you got to be careful what you wish for. When we talk about becoming our greatest version, you got to be careful what you wish for. On this supermoon, happy supermoon, deep divers, be careful what you wish for. You know, for me, I always realized that I don't care about fame. I don't care about money. I'm already wealthy. I was already wealthy before I came in the game. I was already famous before I was even born. You know why? Because I'm a star, deep divers. So for me, it was all about the message, and it's still all about the message. But I know there's someone out there today who is looking to sell their soul because they want to take a shortcut. Once again, sometimes you see videos in certain countries like, Colombia, all of these places where people are robbing people, all kind of things happening. And it's because people, they don't want to do the work. They want to take what someone else has got. Right? And we've got to remind ourselves that these people, karma is going to catch up to them. Every single day, we've got an opportunity to say, you know what? I can create my own reality. You know, what a lot of people don't talk about is that a lot of people, even these so-called celebrities, they don't control their reality. From a young age, they got people around them telling them what they can do, what they can't do, and they can't speak. And anytime you can't speak, your mental health is going to decrease. I got a big mouth. You know why? Because I can say whatever I want. I didn't sign that contract. But a lot of these celebrities, they sign that contract. They can't say anything. So therefore, their mental health gets worse because they can't say anything. Ever wondered why they never tell you anything? I spoke about Beyonce. Shout out to Beyonce, but I said she's not going to say, hey, wake up from the Matrix. Selena Gomez is not going to tell you wake up from the Matrix. Justin Bieber is not going to tell you wake up from the Matrix. Because if they do, they're not going to be the same. Their career is going to be over. Because once you sign, you got to stay in the club. So you got to remind yourself the truth is out. Like Cat Williams said, this is the age of truth. And we're in a time right now where a lot is going to get revealed. More is going to get revealed. Right? So here you have Juice WRLD. Who is this? Here we have Amy Winehouse. So a lot of these celebrities are showing you something about how the Matrix works. That you want to be focusing on yourself. And you want to remind yourself that when you're in the Matrix, nobody's looking out for you. You're on your own. And that's why if you're smart, you go independent. If you're an artist right now, don't sign a deal. You can have Apple Music. You can go on Spotify. Because you can do it yourself. I'm showing you Amy Winehouse because her fans loved her. But before she died, she had a concert. Her fans were booing her, her so-called fans. What I'm telling you is that when you're a celebrity, they can love you one day, hate you the next day. Beyonce, everyone say, I love Beyonce. But then I checked on her Instagram, people say, oh, Beyonce is this, Beyonce is that. And that's the reason why. Are you not entertained? You want to please yourself. You want to focus on yourself. You want to make sure every single day you are connecting with yourself. It's not about pleasing an audience. It's about healing yourself. It's not about pleasing people on TikTok to get likes and views. It's about pleasing yourself. You know, deep divers, I'm just fortunate I was the early wave of YouTube, because I just started making videos for fun. And it was fun. And you know, a lot of those videos, they went super viral, 5 million views, 6 million views. And for me, I was like, okay, whatever. So I was able to taste that little bit of, okay, what does it feel like to do that? And I was happy that consciousness was going viral. Around do you remember 2012 deep divers in YouTube? You had a lot of super conscious creators. Shout out to Spirit Science. Shout out to Spirit Science, right? That was a big channel. Shout out to Jordan, right? But you had a lot of conscious channels who were like, that was actually the TMZ. We were the TMZ. But the consciousness level grew too high. They had to change the algorithm. The good news is that we're coming back, you know, right now, because the truth is out. You're seeing it. We're rising again. We're rising again, and the truth is coming out. And that's the reason why everything is symbolic. When we talk about the Diddy parties, what happened at the Diddy parties, this is all symbolic. All of that was kept in the quiet room. And now people are talking about it. This is symbolic that everything is getting exposed. What was done in the dark will come out in the light. This is what's happening right now. Right? So, we're in a powerful time. We're in a very powerful time. What happens when you're in Hollywood? I used to live in Hollywood, California, and I still do. I live all around the world, deep divers. But I used to spend a lot of time there. And I would meet a lot of celebrities. And I would see, even in Hollywood, even in California, in LA, a lot of people are chasing. You got models who want to be famous. You got actors and actresses and all of these people. People are waiting to get that deal. The question is, at what cost? I was propositioned. I was offered a deal, you know, because at that early time on YouTube, I was creating videos and they saw that, hey, this is the next star. And they're like, hey, come on board and we can help you out and just sign here and do this and we can turn you into a star. I said, hey, I'm already a star. But I was tempted. And this is the reason why, if you don't know yourself, you're always going to sell your soul, because the deal is going to come. Even, I'm not just talking about celebrities or entertainment. I'm talking about even where you work. I'm a psychologist. I'm a criminologist. I was working in a school and I was working with children with autism, ADHD, and it was cool. And I was doing, you know, I'm very consistent, so I'm always doing a good job. And they're like, Ralph, we love you working here and we want to promote you. And, you know, I'm like, okay, I can do this. But I realized that if I was going to be there, I couldn't do infinite waters. Your job right now, wherever you work, deep divers, you can always go to the next level, right? You can get promotion, get promoted, earn more money. There's levels to this. And everyone wants to be at the top level. You want to be the CEO. You want to be the manager. You want to be the supervisor, right? This is what's happening with all of us. That's human nature. Everyone wants to be at the top. And you got two choices. You can work to get to the top, or you can sell your soul to get to the top. And a lot of people who don't want to do the work, they'll do whatever it takes to get to the top. by any means necessary. And you have to ask yourself every single day, do I have integrity? Do I have morals? Once that goes out of the window, it's over. Good night. You're going to do anything. Do you know how many brand deals I've turned down? Because I've done a few. You know, sometimes I get an email, hey, we love your Infinite Waters channel. Can you promote this product? Nah. Can you promote this? Nah. Can you promote that? Nah. What? We're going to pay you $10,000? Nah. $20,000? Nah. Ever wondered why, deep divers, I don't do brand promotions on this channel? Ever wondered why? Now, I've done a few, right, for certain apps which are helping people become their greatest version. But if it's not in alignment with us becoming our greatest version, what are we doing here? Because it's not about the money. I don't care about that. It's about the energy. And you have to read what they send you. One time I got offered something and they said, hey, if you sign here, you can't do anything with anyone else for the next year. I said, what? Lucky I had good eyes to read it. I said, no, thanks. And that's the reason why you don't want to be desperate. You never want to be desperate. You never want to be in a position where you're going to bend over. You're going to do anything. And even with Diddy, you know, there's a girl who went on one channel and she's talking about what it was like in a freak off and all of these things. And you got to be careful what circles you hang around. And there are so many people. There was a whole tradition of, you know, being on the casting couch. Harvey Weinstein, all of these people. Gwyneth Paltrow has all of these stories about him. So does Salma Hayek and all of these, you know, because in the industry, if you want to get to the top of Hollywood and all of these things, you need to know people. Just like in the music industry, it's all about who you know. And the more people you know at the top, the more successful you're going to be. Well, that's all changed because the truth is out. Happy Supermoon deep divers. So, who is this? XXXTentacion. What can we say about XXXTentacion? The truth is out. Let's talk about it. Well, you see, I was in California. I just heard the news and said, okay, this is crazy. Because, you know, 2018, he was the hottest and Trippie Redd and all of these people. But I said, okay, XXXTentacion was a bit different. You know, I kept seeing him getting arrested and all of these things, but this guy was very talented. He had a message. But as well, you got to be careful. He said in a car that, I love my fans. He had 5 million fans. And, you know, if someone kills me, well, whatever. You know, he said that. He spoke that into existence. And that's the reason why you have to be careful what you speak, because words have power. And when we talk about becoming our greatest version, I had to learn these laws because I got a mentor. If you don't have a mentor, it's going to be hard. That's why I told you, if you're dealing with mental health, I'll do a whole video on mental health soon. And that's going to blow your mind. But find a mentor. I had a mentor. Because when you're starting out, it's very difficult. What my mentor told me, he said, Ralph, be careful what you start saying in these videos. I said, what are you talking about? He said, be careful because you see, if you start your videos with negative energy or low energy, you're going to start creating that in your outer reality. Be mindful of how you even start your video. Start with peace, and I guarantee you, it will follow you. I guarantee you, you'll be highly successful, and you'll still have peace of mind, health, love, prosperity, and abundance. Because he said, Ralph, words have power. So every video, if you notice, deep divers, I'm always leaving on a positive note. Have you noticed that? I'm always leaving on a positive note. I did a video about the hurricane in Florida. People said, gosh, Ralph, I'm so inspired. You're talking about a hurricane, but it made me feel good because I turned around. I showed you that even though it's a storm, it's going to pass. Right? So I'm always mindful. And I always realize that there's no conspiracy against me, but me. No one's out to get me, except me. The African proverb, when there is no enemy inside, the enemy outside can't harm you. And every single day when we talk about this moon energy, this supermoon, it's a supermoon, the biggest one of the year, deep divers. Go and look at it when you see it. Send me a picture. It's amazing. But it's reminding you that you are your own worst enemy. You see, there are so many people who are dealing with issues. And this tragic story of Liam Payne, of a lot of celebrities who get caught up in addictions, who get caught up in drugs and alcohol. I told you, alcohol means spirits for a reason. Because they noticed that you can become possessed by the spirits. And that's the reason why a lot of these celebrities, they got a spirit deal. But you don't hear me. Oh, gosh, deep divers. I'm diving too deep for you. That's the reason why you need a spirit deal. You got to have a Ciroc. You got to have a De Leon. You got to have an alcohol deal, right? Because that's what's used to dumb down the masses. I don't drink. If I did drink, I guarantee you, there would be no infinite waters. I got friends who drink, and it's hard for them to get out of bed. Sometimes they got no energy because they're possessed by the spirits. It tastes good. It feels good for a few seconds, but it destroys homes and families. You know how many people got their lives messed up because of alcohol? Now, don't get it twisted. You can drink, do what you want, but don't allow yourself to be consumed by the spirits. You see, a lot of people don't realize that once you enter a certain realm, you reach the point of no return. There are certain spirits out there, certain whiskeys out there. Once you take a sip, it's like you've met Jesus Christ. It's like you've met Buddha. You feel like you're in nirvana. That's the reason why you got people who are connoisseurs. They're buying exquisite whiskeys because it makes them feel a certain way, but then it hooks you. There's people who take certain substances. It makes them feel great, but then you need to keep doing it. Then you start spiraling out of control. So this is why you got to be careful, because the thing is, you might say, well, I'm okay, I'm not addicted, but in your hard times, that's who you turn to. And this is what happens to a lot of people, that in their hard times, that's what they turn to. Right? So, Aaron Carter, found in his bathtub. Once again, there's a trend of a lot of these young celebrities tragically passing away. And this trend has to stop. But this should tell you something is going on in Hollywood. Something is going on in the music industry. And until people are ready to have this conversation, it's only going to keep happening. Your favorite singer is going to pass away. Your favorite actor is going to pass away. There's something going on. And what's going on is that people are suppressing their emotions. And on this supermoon, it's time to really start expressing your emotions. Start saying, you know what? Right now, I want to get to know the real me. I don't want to be fake. I don't want to be fake anymore. You see, what's happened is there's been a shift. You know, up until this point, it was cool to be a celebrity and dumb down people. It was cool. But now the energy is switched. It's over. It's over. The party died. Watch the party die, right? Even Kendrick Lamar told you, watch the party die. The party is over. Because now people, they're ready to wake up. Now people are ready to find out the truth. This is the reason why there's a worldwide awakening happening. Because people are ready for it. People are ready for it. Right? People are ready for it. So we've got to remind ourselves every single day it's time to elevate or get left behind. Phenomenal artist, Mac Miller. Another one gone too soon. And I'm showing you this because this should never happen. But it happens because something is not addressed. And when you sweep things under the rug, under the carpet, they're going to come out. They're going to come out. And this is what the moon represents. It represents your emotions. A lot of people have suppressed emotions. The truth is out that you have to do the shadow work. You have to do the shadow work. You have to do the inner work. Because if you don't, you're going to have a lot of problems. You know, I'm fortunate enough to realize that I'm still a student. I still got to work on myself. And this is what's helped me elevate. But there are people who think they know it all. And these are the people who are going to have all kinds of problems. We're in a time right now where if you're not doing some kind of shadow work, it's going to be ugly for you. It's going to be real tough because you see what's happened right now. The energies are getting intense. Time is speeding up. Seems like days are just flying by. Have you noticed that, deep divers? Days are just going real quick. Time is speeding up. Feels like it was, you know, the year just started yesterday. And we're in a quickening right now. And therefore, it's very hard to do the work right now. You know, we've been preparing for the work around 2012, 2013. And even now, sometimes it's still difficult. Just imagine if you haven't done any work. You can't do it in one day. Can't do it in 1 week. It takes a whole process. So everything you've been doing in 2012, 2014, even 2015, you're getting stronger right now. You're stronger right now. But it's been a whole process. And we've got to remind ourselves that we can start now. If you haven't started, start now. If you want to change your direction, you can do it right now. And we've got to remind ourselves, you know, that even someone said one direction, but he was going in the wrong direction. And any of us can go in the wrong direction, because I told you. Everything has been pulled over your eyes. The wool has been pulled over your eyes. The greatest lie the devil told you is that he doesn't exist. That's a slow motion. HV in the house. Let me shout out to you. You are definitely appreciated. HV always supporting the show. You are definitely appreciated. Thank you, Ralph, for addressing this important issue. Alcohol and drugs have a devastating impact on families and the youth who represent the future. That was powerful right there. Thank you, Ralph, for addressing this important issue. Alcohol and drugs have a devastating impact on families and the youth who represent our future. Absolutely. Because I've seen it. I've seen people high. I've seen people intoxicated. And I've realized that, okay, it's a coping mechanism. Because you don't want to face your problems. And we've got to remind ourselves that sooner or later, it's going to catch up with you. Sooner or later, you're going to have to face yourself in the mirror. But at the same time, if you see anyone, maybe a family member, a friend, a stranger who's strung out, who's drinking, who's doing all of these things, you don't have to judge them. Get them some help, because a lot of people, like I told you, trust me, you're going to see major breakdowns in a lot of people as time continues to pass, because we are in the age where things are breaking down and things are being formed. Everything right now is binary. Zeros and ones. You're either asleep or you're awake. Don't you realize that what happened in the last few years was showing you that everything is binary? You're either asleep or awake. There's no in between. There's no straddling the fence. And right now, people are either or. Studio Hate, shout out to you. You are definitely appreciated. Let me give you a round of applause for being so awesome. Everyone who's in the chat, hit that like button if you support The Real. Share this video. Once again, hit that like button right now if you support The Real. Share this video. Shout out to Studio H. Thank you for going live, Ralph. Why is money and fame always tempting to make people go after them? How can we shift from this control or temptations? Phenomenal question. Once again, thank you, Ralph, for going live. Why is money and fame always tempting to make people go after them? How can we shift from this control or temptation? You got to remind yourself. That's a great question, Studio H. You got to remind yourself that when you come from nothing, $100,000 is a lot of money. When you come from nothing, $200,000 is a hell of a lot of money. When you come from nothing, $500,000 is like winning the lottery. When you come from nothing, $1 million check, €1 million, €1 million, goodness gracious. So now you know that for a lot of people, that's the only way. You know, I used to see someone playing the national lottery, and the psychology of it is that people who are broke they play the most in the lottery. People who have nothing, they spend like £100 on the lottery tickets, on the scratch cards. Because they're just thinking, hey, one day I can pay off all of my debt. One day I can become wealthy. I can become rich. So the people who have nothing, they spend the most on gambling. Just to make sure, just to hope. They have a hope one day they can make it. So if someone comes along to that person and says, you know what, all you have to do is give me your soul, I can make you wealthy. Of course they're going to do it. So I told you, anytime you're desperate, you'll do anything. And that's the reason why so many people sell their souls, because they're coming from a place where they have nothing. They think they have nothing, right? You got to remind yourself that if you don't feel wealthy inside of yourself, you'll always be chasing material possessions. You want the Gucci. You want the Fendi. You want the Louis Vuitton. You know, a lot of people who show you their designer clothes, their handbags and their dresses and all of these things, they got to show you. Anytime they put it in your face like, hey, this is Louis Vuitton, look at it. They're showing you that they're broke. Because you see, people who are very, very wealthy, they don't wear designer clothes. I only noticed that as I was growing in wealth. That's why I don't wear designer clothes. People say, Ralph, gosh, you always wear a plain t-shirt. I say, yeah, don't worry about it. Right? So people who are truly wealthy, they don't wear Louis Vuitton. They don't wear Versace. They don't have to. Right? There's a meme where you see Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates. It says, not a Gucci belt in sight. Not a Louis Vuitton jacket in sight. How come they're super wealthy billionaires? You don't see Elon Musk saying, hey, I got a Louis Vuitton this, Louis Vuitton that. But these are the people who are controlling the whole matrix with wealth. But they don't show you designer clothes. People who show you designer clothes are broke. That's why they got to show you to give you the impression like they got something. But when you really have wealth, you don't show people, right? People who are really, really wealthy. Look at the CEO of Telegram, right? That guy is super wealthy, but how he moves is very smart because he's just trying to stay, very calm how he's speaking. And this is the reason why, be aware of that. Always remind yourself that it's not always about showing how much you have. You know, that kind of era started with like MTV Cribs, right? MTV Cribs. Shout out to Exhibit. I used to watch MTV Cribs as well, Deep Divers. I'm like, oh my gosh. Those houses look nice, right? And this is where it all started. MTV programmed all of us. I was programmed. I'm like, yeah, I need this, I need that. And this is why so many people got wrapped up into the materialism and all of that, because this is the life we were sold. You watch the movies, Scarface, or The Godfather, all of these things. It's a programming where the Kardashians, all of these things, this is what a lot of people aspire to have, right? And then the thing is, at what cost, at what price? Great question. You know, Studio H always has the best questions. Deep Divers, get a question like that. Put it in the chat. Get a question like Studio H. What's up? Maurice, shout out to you. You're definitely appreciated. Let me give you a round of applause. Marie, shout out to you. Thank you for helping me raising the frequency and reminding us to breathe. Breathing in that good ass prana. That's what we got to do. Woo! That's what I'm doing, right? You are definitely appreciated. Shout out to you. So, once again, Supermoon deep divers, the truth is out. You know, right now you're seeing a total collapse of programs which have been in operation for a long time. Music industry collapsing. People are seeing life in a totally different way. People want to elevate. They want to connect with nature more. They want to go to Bali. They want to go to Thailand. They want to travel. They want to kind of not do what they've always been doing. They want to do what they've not always been doing. They want to change, right? And this is what you're seeing all around the world. A mass awakening, right? And you know, we've got to really wake up because time is ticking for a lot of people. You see, once again, everything happens in a second, right? Everything happens in a second. And you've got to remind yourself, life is built on moments. In one moment, your life can change. In one moment, your life can be destroyed. Liam Payne, in that moment, if he had someone around him who said, hey, you know, if he had a friend who was there, it may not have happened. It could have been a different outcome. You have to realize probabilities. You have to see how this all works, that, hey, everything happens in a moment. And every time you live your life, you got to ask yourself, okay, am I in the right moment? Right? Juice WRLD, one moment. He was scared. Okay, the feds are in the airport. Gosh, I got all of this on me. Let me swallow it. One moment, right? Amy Winehouse, one moment. XXXTentacion, one moment. He said, okay, they can't have it. Aaron Carter, one moment. Mac Miller, one moment. What I'm telling you is that, you see, in a blink of an eye, your whole life can change. And this is what this supermoon is showing us, that actually, you know, you got to be careful. You don't fall asleep. You got to be very careful. Sometimes everything is good. It was all good just a week ago. But if you fall asleep, in that one moment, it could be over. And that's the reason why you can't get too complacent. You can't get too arrogant. You can't get too full of yourself, because in one moment, everything you've created can be taken away if you don't work on yourself, if you aren't meditating, if you aren't connecting with yourself. Because what she is doing right here is just balancing herself out. That's very important. Because if you let yourself go, in one moment, it could be over. There are so many people who don't get a second chance. Don't think that you're going to get a second chance, because you could fall asleep. I could fall asleep. That's why I'm making videos every single day, because I got to stay on my job, right? And a lot of people, what happens is they say, you know what, I just want to relax. Pass me the alcohol. Pass me the whiskey. In one moment, it's over. And when we talk about the truth is out, now people are saying, you know what? There's too many people passing away at a young age unnecessarily. There's too much chaos happening right now on the planet. Too many people on demon time. Once again, we're in an age right now of world star. We're in a world right now where a lot of people want to do things for clout, but that's coming to an end. You know why? Because even that was an illusion. A lot of people don't know, even videos on World Star Hip Hop, it's all fake views. They tricked you. And when you remind yourself of this, everything changes. That this is how the algorithm tricked you, because it promotes violence, videos which are going to dumb you down. It inflates the views, and now you think, oh my gosh, I got to do that to become successful. Well, what's happening right now is that there are content creators who are putting out a positive message and they're going viral. That's the new thing. That's the new trend. Take a look at TikTok. Take a look at Instagram. People who have a positive message, they're going more viral than people who have a negative message, because there's a turning of the tides. Once upon a time, it was cool to be ignorant. It was cool to dumb down people, but now it's no longer cool because people are getting smart, right? People are waking up, right? Shout out to everyone who's here. Deep divers, Supermoon. Let's talk about it, right? A lot of energies right now are on the planet. And one of the things we've got to remind ourselves of is that this is a very testing time. Pay attention to the energy you're focusing on. You know, once again, every one of my videos is designed to help you become your greatest version. If I talk about any mainstream topic, there's always something in there to help you become your greatest version. You got to remind yourself right now, a lot of people are going to need help. Because you see, the truth is out. And a lot of people are going to be in for a rude awakening. Many people who haven't done the work, many people who refused to get the knowledge are going to be in for a rude awakening. If you've done the work, if you've got the knowledge, you'll be smooth sailing. So it's also a time to really thank the universe. To say, you know what? I could have been in a terrible position. But in that one moment, I made a better choice. In that one moment, I refused that drink. Because a whole drink can mess up your whole life. Right? So we're in a time right now of powerful change. A lot of things right now are happening on the planet. And it's really a time to protect your energy as much as possible. But I said, hey, let me go live to deep divers. Let me talk to them in live time and just remind you that the truth is out. You know, you don't have to worry. The truth is out. It's already out. The cat is out of the bag. The cat down the road is out of the bag. And that's the reason why you see everything happening the way it's happening. A lot is going to get exposed. And you're going to start to see things like you've never seen them. Hit that like button, deep divers, if you support The Real. Share the video. Once again, hit that like button right now if you support The Real. Share the video. And shout out to everyone on this stream. You know, I'm enjoying, I got a tradition, deep divers. If you don't know, I always go live on a full moon, a supermoon, right? I always do. For some reason, I'm like, hey, I just feel the need to go live, right? That's the power of the moon. It just calls you to do certain things, deep divers. Once again, shout out to everyone who's here, everyone who's diving deep. And, to everyone who's been in this chat, we've got to really remind ourselves a lot is happening and a lot is going to happen. The matrix is crumbling, collapsing. And in this day and time, protect your energy as much as possible. Once again, shed a thought for people who are less fortunate in war zones, because they need help. Shout out to everyone who's here. Deep divers, let's continue to raise the frequency. Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well. Oh, that's the only way to keep me here, deep divers. You want me to say something? You got a question? I'll stay. Once again, you got a question? I'll stay on the stream. Tim S has a question. You just made me stay on the screen, on the stream. Yes, let's turn our inner selves into our outer selves, not our outer selves inviting and or introducing you to their world. I love and thank you, Deep Diver. Hey, that was powerful right there. That was powerful right there. Let's turn our inner selves into our outer selves, not our outer selves inviting and or introducing you to their world. I love and thank you. That was powerful right there. Shout out to you. Hey, let me shout out to 5D Abundance, always supporting the show. Hey. You rock, Ralph. Happy full moon. Hey, happy full moon to everyone on the stream. Deep Dive. This is a full moon, supermoon. It's beautiful out there. Something to celebrate. You know, one of the things we can actually talk about is that the significance of this is a hunter moon. You know, the Native Americans, this would be a time where they would hunt, but it's actually symbolic of really, it's in Aries. Aries deals with leadership. Aries deals with leadership. It's time to man up. It's time to woman up. And it's time to be a leader and go for what you want. You know, every single day, ask yourself, am I going for what I want? It's also symbolic of abundance. You know, this was a time where people could see better and they could hunt and all of these things. It's a sign of harvest, right? So on this full moon, remind yourself, this is a time for the harvest. It's a time to collect what is rightfully yours. It's time to have the abundance mindset, to say, actually, I don't want to live in the poverty mind. This world is mine for the taking, right? And if you want it, you can get it. If you want that life, you can have it. That's what this supermoon is all about. Realizing the infinite possibilities that lie before us, right? Bruno Lima, you're most definitely appreciated. Let me give you a round of applause and gratitude. You need some moon gazing and take the cat down the road too. Hey, I've done some moon gazing. Hey, I love doing moon gazing. And that's one of the, there's something about the moon. I love the sun, but the moon always connects you to that place that's a lot deeper than the sun, because you see, and ladies, you already know, the moon talks to your subconscious. It talks to your deepest emotions, your deepest desires. And that's the reason why this is the perfect day to set an affirmation. This is a perfect day to set an intention. What is it I want? Hold that thought, hold that intention, and it can and will manifest. I always set my intentions on a full moon. On a super moon is even better. What is it you want for yourself? Make 3 wishes and say it, proclaim it, because it's a powerful day to manifest and really affirm. Because once again, we've got to remind ourselves that so many people have become disconnected from Gaia, from Mother Nature. And when you remind yourself, the moon is symbolic of the inner world. The sun is symbolic of the outer world. The moon is the feminine energy. The sun is the masculine energy. The feminine energy receives, it's receptive. And therefore, it's all about going within. That's the reason why I told you people go crazy on a full moon. People's energy levels are out of control Because the moon brings up everything. Everything you've been hiding, you've been trying to sweep under the carpet, comes out. And that's the reason why if you're not doing the inner work, it's going to be hard. But the moon is calling you, and this supermoon is calling you to do the shadow work, to say, okay, what is it I need to resolve within myself? What do I have to take a look at? Because if you don't, it's going to come out ugly. W in the house, let me give you some appreciation. You're most definitely appreciated. Shout out to you. Smash that like button if you're on this stream. Share the video. Once again, hit that like button right now. Share the video. Can you talk a little about being in the right place at the right time, chance encounters and random events? Thank you every time. Hey, that's a powerful question. Absolutely. I can tell you this, that being in the right place at the right time is about your awareness level. Sometimes you see people in the wrong place at the wrong time. And many times it's because they weren't aware of their surroundings. Also, it's about realizing when you're at a place that's not to do with your purpose, you're always in the wrong place at the wrong time. I'm in LA. Hey, Ralph, let's hang out here. I got no business being there. Because I'm all about becoming my greatest version. I'm in Brazil. And I love Brazil. I was in Rio de Janeiro. But I was just on the beach. I was just chilling. I had no business going to areas which weren't meant for me. Because if I was just disobeying my intuition, you get caught up in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's the reason why you don't want to be out of your mind. That's the reason why excessive alcohol, drugs, all of these things will lead you to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, because you have a lack of faculties, you have a lack of self, of who you really are. And when you lose your mind, when you're out of your mind, you're going to do anything and be led to a very dangerous place where people can prey upon you. You got to remind yourself that your energy as well will always help you be at the right place at the right time. Every single day, as soon as you wake up, do you have to be somewhere? Deep divers, do you have to be somewhere? Shout out to Healing Honey in the house. Do you have to be somewhere? Every single day, do you have to be somewhere, right? This is what you want to ask yourself. Yes, I've got to be in the heart of nature. Yes, I've got to be in the mountains. Yes, I've got to be by the ocean. You're in the right place at the right time. When you don't know where you want to be, what you're here to do, you're going to be led. That's the reason why people get caught up. They say, well, I didn't want to be alone, so I followed the crowd. Wrong place, wrong time. And that's the reason why elevation requires separation. Elevation requires separation. It's better to be alone right now on the planet than a bad crowd. Because if you're with a bad crowd, you're going to get caught up in the crossfire. And you're going to be a casualty of war. You're going to be a casualty of war. And that's the reason why you don't want to get caught up in a bad crowd. Because if you are, you're going to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. You're going to be an innocent bystander, innocent person who gets caught up being at the wrong place at the wrong time. The right place at the right time is when you wake up and say, hey, this is my spot. It feels good. I'm raising my frequency, raising my vibration. Right place, right time. Fantastic question. Oh, deep diver. Shout out to everyone who's here. You're at the right place at the right time. But, this supermoon, the truth is out. And just remind yourself right now, it's really a time of healing. That's what I'm getting through my downloads, that it's a time of healing. And it's also a time where if you're dealing with something, speak about it. Don't hold it in. A lot of men, a lot of women hold in things, and it's going to destroy you. On this supermoon, if you don't express yourself, let it out, it's going to come out anyway, but maybe not how you want it to. So, deep divers, shout out to everyone who's here. It seems like those are all the questions for today. This was a powerful show. I want to thank everyone who's been here. Keep raising your frequency and remind yourself that this is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. Just the beginning, right? Once again, peace, love, and harmony to everyone. Join the Patreon, patreon.com/RalphSmart. And to everyone in the chat, you're appreciated. Someone's just pulled Ralph back to the live stream. Uh-oh. We ain't over, deep divers. Once again, I said, you keep the questions rolling, I'll stay as long as the questions keep coming. Shout out to everyone who's here. And like I say, Supermoon. A lot of you like that song, right? Let me play a bit more of that song. I know you like it, deep divers. When I got to play it for the deep divers. Tim S, let me say a big shout out to you. You're most definitely appreciated. Tim S. Shout out to Tim S. I'm sure the sun, stars, and moon gives energy to everything on planet Earth, but is it true that the moon fluctuates the ocean's energy? I visually notice the waves get wild during full moons as if they come alive. Absolutely. You know, there was a whole study showing that the moon can definitely affect the tide, you know, and that's the reason why moon affects water. It affects the menstrual cycle as well. It affects emotions, and that's the reason why on this full moon, you know, it's calling you to go within. It's calling you to really do the inner work, the healing that's so needed. You know, phenomenal question. Hit that like button, deep divers, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video. And a big thank you to everyone who's been here. Once again, the truth is out. We've got to start protecting our mental health. I'm going to do a whole video. And when you see that video, deep divers, it's going to blow your mind. Because there's so much I want to share with you on how to really protect your mental health. Once again, condolences to Liam Payne's family. And once again, make sure you are taking time to heal yourself. Deep divers, peace. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace, right? Let's go. Let's go. Craftsman, shout out to you, Ralph. Cheers, my brother. Welcome to the age of sublime abundance. Absolutely. Shout out to you. Paris Turner, thank you so much. Thank you for helping me and others. Life shifted so much. How do you deal with mind control with this realm and other realms? That's a great question. Let's talk about it. Once again, deep diver, so long as you keep the questions coming, I'll stay. So how to deal with mind control in this realm? You got to remind yourself that if you don't control your mind will be under mind control. One of the greatest ways to deal with mind control is just to limit what you're consuming visually. The TV was actually designed as a mind control tool. And I realized that, okay, as I'm getting older, I'm not watching any TV hardly. I might watch a Netflix program here and there. You know, I watch YouTube, but not traditional TV. Because the TV was designed to program your mind. That's why they call it a TV program. Right? That's why they call it a TV program. And that's how you stay under mind control. through programming. And it's real. So, you have to really make sure you're introducing better information into your life that can empower you so you can live your best life. Fantastic question. Shout out to you. And let me say, Veronica Power, shout out to you. Thank you, Ralph. Hey, you're most definitely appreciated. Let me give you a round of applause. Shout out to you. So, powerful show, Deep Divers. It's good to be back on a super moon. Once again, I'm always live on a full moon. And especially a super moon. Protect your energy. And let's continue to dive deep. Divers, thank you for being here. And keep diving deep. To play some music for you deep divers, and I'll be back live streaming. Shout out to all of you deep divers. Thanks to everyone who's joined. Peace, love, and harmony. We out. One love. Peace.